Welcome back, my lovelies. It's another Sunday, so it's another weekly forecast. And this upcoming week is not as fast-paced as the previous one, though still we have a lot going on. We have two planets change signs. We have a square between Mercury and Uranus, and of course we have the conjunctions between Venus and Pluto and Mars and Pluto. So let's dive right in. As a little disclaimer for the whole week, remember that Chiron is still dancing with the nodes and they're very close at the moment. So the North Node and Chiron are almost exactly conjunct. And when I say almost, we're talking about minutes here. So we are doing some inner work this month, consciously or unconsciously. Things are happening, things are evolving. And if we are fighting the evolution, well, we may not feel as grounded and peaceful. So don't fight the evolution. Now let's talk about the 13th. We have two things occurring that are relatively big. We have Venus sextile Neptune, which is a beautiful time to productively move towards your dreams. And when I say productively, I'm not necessarily saying you have to make a plan and do. This is more an energetic work because we're talking about Venus and Neptune. So energetically, where do you have to realign things within you, beliefs within you, habits, whatever it is? Where do you have to rearrange things within you in order to get the dream fulfilled? Don't mistake this as like you have to go out there and make lists and this and this and that. This is not this kind of energy. This is more an energy of sitting back, meditating, you reading books where you learn more about certain things that interest you, or whatever it is, right? This is not active as in you got to run somewhere and you have to go from A to B. This is us really sitting back into our parasympathetic nervous system. And whatever gets us there, this is what you do during this time. The energy of Venus is not a doing energy. Remember, Venus represents the feminine. And the feminine is not a doing energy. The feminine is a being energy. And I know, in the Western world, we struggle understanding this energy. We understand the masculine perfectly. We know how to do here. We know how to do. Being is much harder, but just for today, allow yourself to, I know you might have to go to work, and so do your work, but before and after, allow yourself, take some time, sit back, meditate, take a long bath, bring on your best self-care routine, whatever it is that gets you into a beingness, into a place of, it's so good to be alive. It's so good to be alive. It's so good to smell, taste, feel. Like that is the energy that then connects you with your intuition and then allows intuitive guidance to come in, that then helps you to make your dreams a reality. But in the world we live in, we often don't have time for this stuff, right? It's like we want a plan. Give me the plan. Let me know how it works. I want a plan. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I get there? But that's not how Venus energy works. Just not how Venus works. However, we also have Mars in the mix on this day. Mars is moving signs. Mars is moving into Aquarius, meeting lovely Pluto. Well, that is a very, very interesting energy for these two to meet in Aquarius. This is going to be particularly interesting for you if you have this conjunction in your birth chart. And I'm not saying this conjunction in Aquarius because that is not very likely that this is something you have, unless you've been born 250 years ago. But if you have this in, I don't know, Scorpio or possibly Libra, then this is a very, very, very important day for you. And not just this day, but just the time around this day. You will feel an intensity and you're kind of like unsettled and you know that you have to move and you want to move, meaning not move as in move house. Well, maybe that too, but moving as in like you need to move forward, you need to do something, you need to do something, you need to do something. That's the energy, right? I have to do something, and I feel really restless, and how do I get there? What do I do? And the people around you will probably feel that really intensely too. So if you have this in your birth chart, this is going to be super intense for you. But for all the rest of us, we will also feel this energy, and we will also feel more restless and, oh, what is going on? Why am I not there already? I want to be there. I want to be there now. It's that kind of energy. And it usually, well, obviously depends on what area this falls in your chart. So be gentle with yourself. Like lean back in your self-care, into your self-care routine that we talked about earlier with Venus and Neptune. Like try to ground yourself, you know, with a meditation, with a walk, whatever, because this energy can drive you crazy. This is literally the energy that can drive you crazy internally. And if you don't control it, because this is an energy that is not easily controlled. People that have this aspect, they are not easily controlled. And they might fit into, you know, society really well. But there is always this level of you can't control them. You know, you cannot put your finger on it. There's always this energy of an outlier. This is a bit of an outlier energy that is super intense. And if you have this particular aspect in Libra, then this is going to show up intensely in relationships. So if you are with someone that has this aspect in their birth chart, hallelujah, it is an intense energy to be around. Also a very alluring energy. Don't get me wrong, it's a very alluring energy because it is full of excitement and there's all this possibility there and this opportunity, but you don't really know what to do with it. You just want to go, but it's just, you know, it's a push and pull, push and pull. Where am I going? Do I want it? Do I not want it? Is this right for me? Is this not right for me? Ooh, that's the energy we're dealing with here. Then on the 15th of February, Mercury is trining and sextiling the nodes. Beautiful, beautiful energy to have a conversation. It doesn't have to be with a partner, can be a friend, your mother, your father, whoever, about things that have occurred in the past and that need to be released now. It's a beautiful time to talk about those. And then also productively looking into the future. Where are you going now? Where are you heading? Can you leave that stuff that held you back in the past? Can you just leave it there without dragging it with you? Can you just allow it to evaporate, dissolve, whatever it needs to do to not be in your aura anymore? That it's conversations, productive conversations are highly recommended by the universe. So then on the 16th, 17th, we have Venus move into Aquarius. Now Venus is tracing the footsteps of Mars this week, or she's been doing this for a while now, and then she will finally conjunct with Mars on the 21st, 22nd of February. So the past few days, we've been dealing with this intense Mars energy that made us feel this push-pull energy, this I want to go now and I'm just gotta do it, I gotta do it, but I'm not sure what I'm actually doing, that kind of energy. And it's starting to subside, that intensity of this energy is starting to slowly subside. But now Venus is entering the mix, and Venus is tapping into that energy. But now she's saying, okay, now I'm here. I'm meeting Pluto. It's a little daunting to meet Pluto. Venus meeting Pluto is, you know, poor little soft Venus meeting intense Pluto can be a little daunting for Venus. But if Venus has done her job in the previous days, she's chilled, she's in your beingness, she knows what she wants, she goes meeting Pluto with the energy of, I know who I am, I know where I'm going, and maybe Pluto, you want to help me to get there. If you can go into this day with this energy, the world is yours. This is Pluto. Remember, Pluto is the soul's infinite potential. And Venus is what we want in this life, right? In the physical, what we want, what we desire. So when Venus and Pluto come together, I mean, we can give birth to something incredible. But again, we've got to go in there with the energy of, I know what I want, because Mars was there and Mars wasn't really sure. Mars knows how to get something, but he needs to first know what he wants. Remember what we say, Venus is what we want, Mars is how we get it. So Mars went first, and Mars wasn't really sure what was going on. Like, he was like, whoa, I'm here now, what am I doing here? It's the energy of, like something is missing, I'm not getting something. But now Venus comes in and she's like, okay, I have it. Venus, especially when she's aligned with herself and not with everything else around her, she can move mountains by just being. And especially when she is with Pluto, she can move mountains by just being, because Pluto is going to do all the work for her. Pluto's going to do all the work for her. If Venus is going in there with the understanding of, this is me, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, and here I am, Pluto. Let's work together. And then Pluto loves that, because Pluto just wants to fulfill desires. And they're both they're both energies of desire, but they express themselves very differently. But when they come together, they can move those mountains. So this is a really incredible time for you to move the mountains that seem to be immovable. And even though Venus is still behind Mars, there is the energy of, we are all doing this together. This is coming together. We are starting to get there now, slowly. And then next week, we have Venus and Mars conjunct. And that's when, the union of the divine feminine and masculine within us is going to be able to push forward in more alignment again. Now, we also have Mercury and Uranus in a square this week on the 17th. And this is going to be an energy of, I thought I knew what is right for me, but now I'm not sure anymore. So that we were out of alignment with the rhythm because we pushed before we really know what we wanted. We just pushed. And sometimes this can actually be helpful to get things off the ground, to make room and space. But then you'll have to find alignment again, to push into the direction you actually want to go in. And you had enough time now. You had enough time now to really, really, really lock in to what you want, your desires, allowing your desires to unfold. And in order to allow your desires to unfold, you have to sit in them, right? You have to actually embody them. You have to embody what you want. You have to be that. Not just here, you have to be it. And we've been I know you must be sick of me saying this by now, but we've been talking about this for the past few months. Like, the beingness, the embodiment of what you want is pivotal to get it. And now, February is the month where we probably understand this on a whole new level, but more about that in next week's video. So I hope this week's video helped you understand the energies a little better. Also, hopefully it's helping you to get through the week in more alignment or with more alignment. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section below. Also, if you want a personal reading, as you know, you can just click on the link in the description box. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can email me and we can have a little chat. And other than that, I will see you in the next video.